Like when I first heard, man, I gotta like talk to somebody on Skype in China. No way. Like, am I gonna have to, understand Mandarin, and learn Chinese? But actually, I just went right to Alibaba and started hitting the chat on Alibaba, and so that's my preferred way right now. A lot of folks say, the best way is to go to China. Liran and I say, you know what? We don't think that is the best way. We think you're going to spend a lot of money taking a trip to China, probably like $3,000 to $4,000 minimum, to fly there, to stay in a hotel. We think the best way is to get your feet wet by connecting with manufacturers or even trading companies. A lot of people say, man, stay away from trading companies. That's not necessarily the case either. It really comes down to margin and quality. So that's two things, those of you that are watching, just definitely write that down. When you start sourcing your product, the two main things are margin. Are you getting it? Are you going to be able to sell it for a decent margin? And then the absolute most important thing is quality of your product. If you fail to get a quality product, your product will bomb on Amazon. You will rank it. And, we often say it's easy to rank your product on Amazon. It's a lot harder to stick that landing. So you can move it to the first page of search for those keywords relatively easily if you're aggressive enough. However, it will not stay there on that first page. It'll start to fade. And if your quality is bad product, those customers are going to start sending in reviews, and those reviews will tank your product. And so if your first reviews on the product are negative, it makes it really, really challenging to get momentum going with your product. So make sure the margin is there. Again, what I do is just write on Alibaba, connect with them, and there's a few things we go through with that. And then make sure when you get that sample that your product is quality.
And, for me also, I've been to China, but for me, it was more about meeting my suppliers face to face after I found them on Alibaba. And that was for me the biggest value. I don't really think you'll see a lot of people selling trips to China $7,000, $8,000. If you want to go your second year, you kind of have some products, you're making money, and you want to go. I think that's cool, and it's a good opportunity to go see where your products are made, the factory, visit while you're there, make a cool video of how your products are made. You could use that on YouTube to market, right? You can kind of get some marketing stuff done too, but you don't need to go to China. Don't spend your first dollars going to China. My tip would be that you want to negotiate, but you don't want to negotiate too much, because what's going to happen is, the Chinese will tell you yes, 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 but then they're going to cut corners on the quality. I would rather pay, another 30 cents on a product than have a quality issue with my product. So I do negotiate my price, and one of the things that I do up front. So I'll give you a tip. You could say, what's the price for 5,000 units, right? And they're going to say, oh, price for 5,000 units is $10 a unit. Okay, great. Well, for my first order, I need to see if my customers like the quality. So I'm going to place an order of 500. And then they're probably not going to raise you that much. And they've already given you like a really good price because you asked first for 5,000 units. So start off with asking for a high amount of units instead of saying, hey, how much for 500 units, right? They might quote you $13 a unit, right? Or $12 a unit. Whereas if you start with a high number, how much for 5,000 units, they're already going to quote you a better price. And then they might raise you 30, 40 cents, let's say, because they've already given you that better price. So start high on the quantity and say, okay, that's our future orders might look like that, but first I need to see the quality. And you're probably going to get the best, offer from them starting out. And yeah, see what you negotiate, but I don't kill my suppliers on the price because I know they're going to kill me on the quality.